Hey lovelies. Okay, so recently I did a makeup tutorial for Natural Day, but I've had people asking questions about my makeup when I go on camera. So right now I'm going to start doing all of my makeup that I normally do when I go on camera to do my YouTube updates or when I'm doing my webcam shows. I'm going to be doing my contouring, my shadows, lashes, everything. As always, I hope that you enjoy it. And if you do and have any questions, just comment right down there, right below, and I will get to them as soon as possible. As always, don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, so the T-Zone primer that I use is Estee Lauder Matte Perfecting Primer. A little goes a long way. You don't need a lot. I'm not a huge fan of primers in my day-to-day, but I find when I'm on camera, it's always a lot easier when I have a primer on. It definitely makes my makeup last a little bit longer. I usually do my chin, my nose, and just a little bit between my eyebrows there and down onto the upper of the cheeks on the inside. My all over primer is Lancome La Base. And I just use this to sort of smooth out the lines on my forehead and like get into like the pores there, just to sort of give that really nice finish. I also put just a little bit under my eyes. I find it definitely helps because the concealer that I use is fairly drying. So I find that just a little bit of primer underneath helps it to stay a little bit longer. So my foundation that I use is Estee Lauder Double Wear in ECRU. I have really oily skin and I find that this foundation definitely helps. The brush that I use to apply it with is an Urban Decay Optical Blurring brush. In all honesty, it is my personal favorite brush. It's made from recycled pop cans and it's genuinely just a great brush. Oh my god, do not forget to blend your foundation down your neck. There's nothing worse than seeing a really pretty girl with perfect makeup on who looks like she's wearing a mask because she didn't blend properly. Hashtag just saying. Don't forget to leave just a little bit of foundation on your hand because you're going to want to use it to help blend out the contouring. The contour shade that I use is Bobbi Brown Cosmetics in Golden Almond, and it's applied with an Estee Lauder foundation brush. Just along the bridge of the nose, just to thin it out. I actually have a crooked nose. A lot of people don't notice this, but I broke my nose when I was really young, so I have a very crooked nose at the very tip. So what I do here is I just do this to sort of smooth it out, to straighten it out, make it look a little nicer for camera. And then suck the cheek in just a tiny bit and you'll do the little bit of a line here. It doesn't have to be a very dramatic line, but always go right back into the hairline. If you notice how I'm just coming just around the cheekbone, it's actually just gonna highlight it. You can make your cheekbones look any way you like. Try to make sure that the lines are even. It's not always easy. Now, I haven't been contouring for a very long time. This is all something very new to me. But I do see a huge difference in how my face appears on camera when I'm doing my YouTube updates. Now, like I said, you'll go back in with the optical blurring brush, and whatever foundation you left, there you go. You'll just blend it in. Now, I'm really, really light skinned. I don't have tan skin like maybe Kim Kardashian or whatever. So I have to be very careful with my contouring. Now you'll go back in, and just to give it just a little bit more definition, you don't have to put any more of the contour on the brush. Just use whatever's left over and you can bring up that contour line just a little bit better. My under eye concealer is MAC in NW15, blended and applied with the ring finger. And the reason why you use the ring finger is because it doesn't have as much strength as the other fingers do. So you won't get as much tearing, or you won't be able to apply as much pressure. And come right down just a little bit onto the inside of the cheek right there, beside the nose. It'll definitely add a nice little highlight. And bring it right out onto the temple, because that's what's going to help with that highlight right there. Also, of course, you just want to add a little bit of concealer under the brow bone. It really does help open up the eyes. And along the bridge of the nose, it's actually going to help to highlight, and it's going to help to show off that contour that we just did a few moments ago. Blend, blend, blend. Right up into the forehead. Like I said, so contouring and highlighting. Highlighting is an area you want to bring forward. Contouring is an area you want to recede. So my go-to cheek base is Posie Tint by Benefit, and it's applied with a MAC 130 brush. I find that if you put just a little bit of this underneath whatever powder you're using, this adds a much more natural sort of flush and glow to the skin. Make sure to blend it quickly, because if you leave it too long, you'll end up with streaks, because this is a stain. So my under eye powder is Makeup Forever HD pressed, applied with a MAC number 190 brush. This is actually a foundation brush, but I love it for the precision that it gives me underneath the eye when applying this powder. My all-over go-to powder is MAC Studio Fix in NW22. It's applied lightly with a MAC number 150. Make sure you blend the HD powder that's under your eyes. You don't want an Angelina Jolie moment where you've got that HD all over and people can see it. HD is a great powder. It's got silicone in it, so it helps to sort of go into those fine lines so that you don't get the creasing in the middle of the day. However, you must blend, blend, blend. So the blush that I use right now is MAC. The shade is Dainty and it's applied with a MAC number 120 brush. Ever so slightly. It's a mineral, so it does have a bit of a sheen to it, which is really nice. Anytime you have blush with a bit of a sheen in it, you have to be a bit careful because you don't want to have that oily, oil slick look to your face. The contouring that I'm using is Smashbox, applied with a Smashbox brush and a MAC Special Edition 217 just down the bridge of the nose there. I don't really use the contour shade a lot. I use more of the bronzing shade in the middle. And don't forget to blend that out after you've done it. So contouring just under the cheekbones, again, I'm only using the bronzing shade. I'm coming right from underneath. And if you notice, I flip the brush so that the point comes under the cheekbone there. If you notice, see right there, and then I flip it, and that gives me that line. You're going to blend this out, don't worry. So if it looks a little harsh, the really good thing about this brush is that it applies such a minimal amount of product that it's really easy to blend out. So my highlight here is MAC Silver Dusk, and it's actually applied with a Smashbox fan brush. My all over shadow is Makeup Forever in shade Sugar Coated Candy, applied with a MAC number 227 brush. So the eyeliner that I'm using right now is Smashbox Limitless eyeliner in Onyx, inside the eye and out of the eye. It definitely helps the blue pop a lot more. Now I'm actually going to use the Cabana Glamour eyeshadow just in the corner of my eye. I use the middle shade and the third shade over. I don't really know the shades because they don't come with a name on them, unfortunately. But I just go from the outside and I round it out and I mix the two shades together. And that's actually a Quo brush that I'm using. So the highlight under the brow and in the corner of the eye is MAC Crystal Avalanche, applied with a discontinued Annabelle brush. I'm sorry, folks. And I actually, I do this day or night. I actually will do a highlight under my eye and inside the corner of my eye, day or night, it doesn't matter. As always, don't forget to blend. The crease shade that I'm about to use is Lancome Color Design in Successorize. It's a matte finish and it's applied with a Crow brush. And this is just to give a little bit more depth and color to the eye. Notice I come right along the lash line and then I go up and I blend in. Don't worry about if this is messy or not because you're going to go back over it and blend it in with the Cabana Glamma shades. And don't worry about going too high with that color because we're going to go back in and blend it with a number 227 brush anyway. So everything is cool. And to add a bit more depth and dimension, I'm using MAC. It's carbon and it's applied with a number 219 brush. It just makes my blue eyes pop just a little bit more. Make sure you blend this. You don't want some lines there. And notice it's just in the corner. I'm not bringing it all the way through the eye. I'm only bringing it at the end of the corner, just the black to give it, like I said, just that little bit more of a depth. Now the shade that I'm using here on the inside of my eye is Makeup Forever. It's in Pearly Pink. It's iridescent. It helps just to highlight a little bit. And I'm using a MAC number 252 Special Edition. Again, the eyeliner that I used is Smashbox. It's Limitless and it's in Onyx. I'm just doing the lash line and finishing up on the inside of my eye as well. Now I'm just going to use a Lancome liner brush and I'm going to take one of the shades from my Cabana Glamma kit and I'm going to use it to blend the eyeliner from the outside of my eyes inward. So here I am about to put my lashes on. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you the number on this lash because these are custom cut. I did it. See this little contraption right there? That's from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It comes in their eyelash kit, and I swear to God, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to false lashes since false lashes. Very simple. You just use that clip right there to hold onto the lashes, and then you apply your glue. I use Duo. I use Duo in clear and I use it in the black. So I use it in clear when I'm not using a lot of eyeliner, and I use it in the colored adhesive when I'm using eyeliner. It's very simple. Just a tiny little bit will do. And then it's all about the timing of blow, blow, blow until it's dried, until it's just a little bit tacky. Not unlike some drag queens we all know. It usually takes about 10 seconds before they're ready to apply. It's very simple. So now what you'll do is you'll put it right on the lash line and you'll hold it. I generally hold my lashes to a count of 20. And for myself, with my lashes, I tend to only put on the outer corners. I realized recently that my eyes looked a lot bigger and a lot more open just applying lashes to the outer corners as opposed to applying an entire strip of lash. So play around with your lashes. Different lashes are gonna look different on different people. And there you have it, lovelies. Every step that it takes for me to come on camera, whether day or night, those are all the steps that it takes. Contouring, foundation, coffee. What would I do without it? So as always, don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Bye.